Hi friends and welcome to episode number 4 of Pathik Lockdown series phase 2. My name is Sameer Surve. The topic for today is what is more important than creating results? Really? Is there anything more important than creating results in today's day and age? If you're a student, there is a tremendous pressure on you from your teachers and parents alike to score good marks. If you're working, your boss is after your life to create results. If you're a businessman, you are supposed to create results. Your balance sheet, whether you get a loan or not, your CIBIL score depends on how profitable your company is. So everybody wants results. So is there anything more important than the results? And that's what we are going to see in today's video. But before we go that, let me remind you, if you have still not liked our channel, please click on the like button and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to click on the bell icon so that you get a notification next time the video is released. In case you have missed the previous videos, you can click on the top left card to find the links of the previous videos and see them. And I would like to thank you for all the wonderful comments that you have given us for the previous videos. And I also want to request you that if you really mean that these videos are helping you, please share these videos to all your friends and acquaintances, because the whole purpose of shooting these videos was to spread this knowledge to maximum number of people so that they are able to cope up with these difficult times and emerge stronger from this COVID crisis. Now, without wasting any further time, let's go on to today's topic. Let's see the 3 stories that we have. The first story is of Ramesh. Now, Ramesh was a top salesman of his company, and he not only became the top salesman but also secured a promotion for the great job that he had done for his company. Second story is of Sunita, who wanted to have a healthier body, and so she went to the gym and she took up a goal of losing weight, and in 1 month she lost about 10 kgs, for which she also won a cash prize. All the fees that she had paid to the gym that she was working out in, 50,000 rupees, she got it back for her stupendous achievement. And the third story is about Shyam, an engineering student who studied very hard for his exams and secured great marks in engineering, and his parents were really very proud of him. All 3 stories again reinforce the same point that results are very, very important in life, and if you're getting rewards for it, what else do you want in life? But hold on friends, let's follow these stories a little ahead. Let's go a little ahead in time and see what happened to all these 3 people. First person was Ramesh. Now, Ramesh was the top salesman of his company. 6 months down the line, found it difficult to even retain the job. Forget about retaining his performance. He lost his job. And mind you, this is not a fictional story. This is something which I have seen happening in front of my own eyes. And this did not happen during the COVID times. It happened before the COVID times, when the world was supposed to be functioning in a normal manner. Second story was Sunita. What happened to her? Well, she did lose weight at those times, but 6 months down the line, she was frequently falling ill, and her doctor told her that along with her weight, she has also lost her muscles. So she was not really as healthy as she thought she is. And the third story was of Shyam, who did secure good marks in engineering, but the marks did not help him to secure a good job. He was finding it difficult to crack any job interview and get a decent job. Now, why did this happen with all these 3 people? In spite of getting good results, they could not sustain the good results. They were feeling insecure and they were feeling stressed. Why did this happen? Well, to get any kind of results, my dear friends, there are only 2 ways of doing it. And the first one of doing it is, see, there are certain ways of doing things. You have to follow certain process, you have to follow certain principles, you have to follow certain rules, you have to follow a system. And when you decide to cheat the system, you do get results, but in the long term, you are unable to sustain them. So the first option is cheat the system. So a very simple example could be, you have a crack in the wall, and instead of trying to find out why the crack has appeared, whether there is any problem in the plaster or at a deeper level, or is there some leakage somewhere, or is there a structural problem, you simply put a wallpaper on the crack and you say problem solved. That is called manipulating the system and cheating the system, and probably that is something exactly what Ramesh did, Shyam did, and Sunita did in our stories that we heard a while ago. Now, when you do that, of course, you get short-term results, but you cannot sustain them. As you saw them in the stories, you have insecurity and you have got stress. Why does this happen? This happens simply because of that factor which is more important than creating results. Now, you will ask me, don't try my patience, tell me what that factor is. There is something more important than creating results. And for that, let me tell you a story. So, the story is of a person called, he was a worker in a factory. And these were the times, pretty old times, not the times when there was internet and digitization, but there was times when recently mechanization was introduced and products were being made by using machines, and this was a new thing. Prior to that, people used to make everything which was handmade. So naturally, because it was machine made, the quality was better, and so everybody was excited that we are using machine made products. But the problem was that though the quality was better, it was not consistent. But nobody was bothered except this one man who was working in a factory, and when he was producing the goods on the same machine, he always questioned himself, okay, why is every unit of the product that I am making with the help of these machines not as uniform as each other? There is no uniformity, there is no consistency in the quality. And so he decided to do some research, he decided to take some notes, and he found out sometimes the quality is hampered because the lighting condition is not there, sometimes the quality is hampered because the tools are strayed over all over the workshop and the factory. Sometimes the quality is hampered because the machine is not serviced properly. Sometimes the quality is hampered because the concentration of the worker working on the machine is not proper. So as these factors went on improving, he innovated a new set of rules, a process by which if you follow the process, you get consistent results. Not only him, but even the management and the supervisor noticed this, and they asked him, okay, what is it that you do because of which you are getting these results? And he said, this is the process I follow, and these are the principles which you need to follow, on which the process is raised, and if you follow my system, you will get consistent quality. Well, they gave the training to each and every worker in the factory, and the whole quality movement started in the factory. The neighboring factories got the news, and they started inviting this man to give lectures on quality, and soon he became the father of the quality movement. His name is Phil Crosby, and today we have ISO systems which are based on the same concept. So my dear friends, what is important? More important in creating results? It is process, it is principles, and it is a system. Try and understand. Any teacher in the world can only give you knowledge. They can teach you concepts, but they can't help you decipher the process or connect the dots to understand how the world works or how a particular system works. You have to use your intelligence and connect the dots and understand how the world works. You have to understand the process. Now, in this example which I gave you right now, Phil Crosby actually designed a new system. Now, as long as you follow the system, you will get the same results. Many people do not understand this. We are in a dilemma where we want short-term results, and so we tinker with the system without understanding it, and that is what results in confusion and insecurity, even if we get results temporarily. So the trick lies in designing a new system, or well, if you don't want to design a system, at least understand the existing system, and for which you need to do research, which is what we treat you in the Pathik leadership course or the ICANN leadership course. And of course, with that you innovate your own way of doing things, which is your own formula. And once you understand this and you start getting results, you get confidence, and for which you need tremendous amount of patience. Once you have designed a system or understood the system, the next step is very easy. It's simply follow the process. As long as you follow the process, you will get the same results, for which you need discipline, you need learning, and you need again patience. So what are our recommendations? Recommendations of course are number one, once you do this, before that you get long-term results, you get confidence, and you get recognition for the contribution that you are doing to the world, as we saw in the case of Phil Crosby. So our recommendations today in today's video are: number one, whenever you want to get any result, try to find out and create a model and understand the system which is helping you create the results. What is the process that needs to be followed, and what are the principles involved in the process? Once you understand the process, try to master the process. Once you master the process, learn and improvise the process, and that's where the progress comes from. But before that, there's a fourth step. Many a times you will face a dilemma where the process is perfect, but you're still not getting results, and you may fall into the temptation of trying to think that the process is imperfect. But try and understand, if others are getting the same results under the same conditions, and if you are not getting it, the flaw is not in the process, the flaw is in your capability to execute the process. So the fourth step is you need to work on yourself, and this is very, very important. Many a times we assume that we are perfect and the problem is with the system, but many a time the truth is that the system is perfect, the problem is in you. Let me give you a wonderful example of this, and that would be a tribute to my trainer. So when I was trained by my trainer, he had a fantastic system of getting results, and he had taught me the system, he had taught me the principles, he had taught me the whole process, and he told me as long as you follow the process, you are going to get fantastic results. However, real life and practical life is not as easy as theoretical life, as we all know. And so it happened in my life that when I started training, when I had a target of enrolling 50 participants in my batch, I used to get only hardly 20, 22, 23. And this was even not enough to cover the expenses, just barely meeting the expenses. Forget about profits. So here was the dilemma. We had a lot of rules which the process dictated we follow. Like, we were not allowed to take the participant late in the class. Every participant had to do a homework if he joined the program. You were not allowed to miss any class of the program. You had to write reports. If we took any extra sessions, attendance was mandatory. And unless and until the participant agreed to follow this process, we would not enroll him, even if he was ready to pay the fees. That is what the process demanded. Now here the dilemma was, many participants said that if we are ready to relax these rules, that is take them late in the class, or allow them not to do the homework, or give the concession of missing a few classes, they were ready to pay the whole fees. In a typical batch, we had 6 to 7 people who would say that we are ready to pay the fees if you are ready to relax the rule. Now the dilemma was, should we cheat the system and allow them to join? Because if we do that, we are getting in a lot of money, and 7 to 8 participants fees was a lot of money, particularly the situation that I was in, where I had recently lost my dad, we had huge loans, so money was important, every penny was important. But if we take that money inside, we are cheating the system. Should we do that? Well, one thought also was, temporarily let us do that. Once the situation improves, we won't do it. And let me tell you, that doesn't happen. Once you cheat the system, you get into a habit of cheating the system always. So fortunately, because my trainer had warned me, we decided to go against it, and we said we will stick to the process no matter what. I am unable to get more participants because I lack the skill. I need to improve and work on myself, and the money will eventually flow in. And that was a hard decision, and therefore we have said patience is one of the things important here, because, and that's not an understatement, because my dear friends, before we mastered the process and before we could attract more people and earn money, it took us 8 years, not 1 and 2. It took us 8 long years where we mastered the system and we started earning money. But after 8 years, did we earn money? Well, we earned lots of money. Did we gain confidence? Of course we did, because we trained over 25,000 people. Just after doing 3 months program, people are vouching that we have changed their lives. They still remember the program. And of course, we are getting recognition for the contribution we have done to the society. So this really works. Stick to the process and results will follow, and results take care of by themselves. So these are the steps for today's video, and we again want to stress the fact that more than results, following the process is important, understanding the process is important. That's it for today's video, my dear friends. I hope you have liked it. See you again in the next episode next Sunday. Till then, thank you very much. Take care of yourself, be safe, and bye-bye.